I am going to show you 3 extremely simple movements that can rapidly reduce blood sugar spikes after meals. This is, without question, one of the most overlooked strategies when it comes to blood sugar control. What you do in the minutes right after eating has a direct impact on how your body handles glucose. No extreme diets, no starving yourself, and no so-called miracle drinks before meals. We're talking about light, accessible movements, supported by controlled scientific studies, that can significantly lower post-meal blood sugar spikes, even when your carbohydrate intake is higher. If your blood sugar rises too much after eating, or if you often wake up with elevated fasting glucose, watch until the end, because you'll learn exactly how to break this constant blood sugar roller coaster. So let's get into our first strategy: light, continuous movement after meals. You've probably heard the advice to walk after eating, but let's look at what science actually shows. In a randomized clinical study, researchers followed 64 people with type 2 diabetes. They tested 2 different exercise routines, each lasting 60 days. In the first routine, participants walked for just 15 minutes after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 45 minutes total per day, but broken up into 3 short sessions. In the second routine, the same people did one single 45-minute walk in the morning before breakfast. The total exercise time was the same, only the timing was different. When the results were compared, the difference was crystal clear. Those who moved right after their meals showed much better blood sugar control throughout the entire day, including before bedtime and the very next morning. Even more impressive, their hemoglobin A1C, which is a key marker for average blood sugar levels, dropped more significantly in the group that walked after meals compared to the group that only walked once a day. Simply put, breaking your movement into short sessions after eating is more effective than doing one longer workout at a random time. This approach helps your body manage glucose exactly when it enters the bloodstream, preventing those sharp spikes that contribute to insulin resistance over time. The key takeaway from this study is simple. When you move matters just as much as how much you move. Just 15 minutes of light walking after meals can be more effective than a full 45 minutes done at another time of day, especially for people living with type 2 diabetes. So, why does this work so well? It's pretty amazing, actually. When your muscles are activated, they pull glucose directly out of your bloodstream. This is a special mechanism known as contraction-mediated glucose uptake. In practical terms, your muscles start acting like temporary storage units for sugar, lowering your blood glucose levels quickly and efficiently. Here's a simple recommendation you can start today. After you finish eating, set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and go for a relaxed walk. It's not about speed or intensity. What truly matters is the timing. Start applying this once or twice a day, especially after lunch and dinner, and you'll likely notice steadier energy and more stable blood sugar levels. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if walking right after a meal just isn't an option? Maybe you're at work, or the weather is bad. Don't worry, our next strategy might be even more convenient for you. This brings us to strategy number 2, seated heel raises, which focus on activating your soleus muscle. This method is incredible because it can be done while you're sitting down. In a recent study, researchers examined this simple movement in people with prediabetes. Participants were given a glucose drink on 2 separate occasions. In one session, they just sat still without moving. In the other session, they performed slow heel raises, engaging their calf muscles. The results were astounding. This simple activation reduced post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 32% compared to just sitting still. This happens because the soleus muscle, located in your calf, is a powerhouse for using glucose. It does so very efficiently, even at a low intensity, and it relies less on insulin to get the job done. While the study was small, it reinforces a really important point. Even gentle movements performed after meals can produce meaningful improvements in your blood sugar control. So, how do you do it? It's super easy. While you're sitting, keep your feet flat on the floor and slowly raise and lower your heels, keeping your toes on the ground. Think of it like you're tapping your heels. Now, there's one important detail to be aware of. In the original study, participants performed this movement for nearly 2 continuous hours. So, don't expect the same dramatic results from just a few minutes, like you might see suggested on social media. The real advantage here is that this movement can be done while you're working, watching TV, or sitting for long periods. It's low impact, joint-friendly, and helps keep your metabolism active even while you're seated. Okay, so we've covered a post-meal walk and a seated exercise. What if you're really short on time and need something fast and effective? That's where our third strategy comes in. Strategy number 3 is the quick stare method. If you're looking for a quick win, this strategy is perfect. In another randomized clinical study, adults were evaluated after a meal. They were then split into groups. One group remained seated, while the others walked up and down a flight of stairs for either 1, 3, or 10 minutes. The results were significant. Just 1 single minute of stair climbing reduced blood glucose by about 14 milligrams per deciliter. With 3 minutes, that reduction jumped to nearly 18 milligrams per deciliter, and it came with improvements in insulin sensitivity markers. This works because climbing stairs engages large muscle groups, like your thighs, glutes, and calves. This creates a powerful signal for glucose to move out of the blood and into your muscle tissue for fuel. So after your next meal, try going up and down a set of stairs for just 1 to 3 minutes at a comfortable pace. You don't need to push yourself hard or get out of breath. The goal is simply to activate those big muscles at the right time. This can be done at home, at work, or anywhere you can find a flight of stairs. It's a fantastic, time-efficient way to manage your blood sugar. Let's do a quick practical summary of what we've learned. The approach is straightforward and flexible. Your first option: walk for 10 to 15 minutes after your meals. This is the gold standard if you have the time and space. If walking isn't possible, your second option is to perform seated heel raises while you're at your desk or on the couch. And if you're short on time, your third option is to use the stairs for just a few minutes to get those muscles working. These actions may seem small, but they have a powerful cumulative effect. They train your body to use glucose more efficiently, which can gradually reduce insulin resistance over time. When you combine these simple habits with fiber-rich meals, balanced nutrition, and consistent training, you can dramatically improve your blood sugar levels without resorting to medication, extreme diets, or eliminating carbohydrates entirely. This is about making small, sustainable changes that work with your body, not against it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more evidence-based health tips. See you in the next one.